before we get started, I just wanted to note that John decided to not look up what the episode number they were on before we started the episode. And I think you'll enjoy how excellently edited in this correction is, because I had originally said 507, but I don't think that you'll be able to tell because I am an audio mastermind, and this is flawless. So enjoy the episode.
If I drank Pepsi and threw it up through Bath and Body hand soap,
and I'll be very proud of you.
Yeah.
He loves a baby driver
that's
too.
Not even...
If you know what I'm saying. Matt's got a cat throwing up. I spelled two wrong and mischievous wrong. Gay Macintosh computer.
It was a different time.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 506. I am your host, John_Danger, joined by my co-hosts,
Matt Haig.
and TJ not playing Fallout May.
Nice.
I'm definitely not just planning my perk card loadout right now. That's not a thing I'm doing.
Is this in Fallout 76?
Yeah.
So everybody's playing Fallout now. Why is that?
I don't know.
Just all of a sudden got
All of a
popular
sudden.
again?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Maybe somebody tweeted about it.
Yeah. Markiplier or Mr. Beast tweeted about it.
Yeah.
So,
X'd about it.
So do you think that Mr. Beast is going to create like a Fallout shelter, like a vault? I could see that.
Yeah. He's going to straight up launch nukes. He's going to nuke West Virginia just for fun and views.
Oh man, I don't even like. I was trying to make a joke about like a Mr. Beast video.
You can't do anything crazier than like I'm gonna make my own Squid Game and completely miss the point of that whole show.
Sorry. I wanted to get like a Mr. Beast video to like make fun of it. Wait, YouTube doesn't have like a default screen anymore?
What do you mean default screen?
So I went on
What's going
YouTube and I went on incognito mode to like do that, and then the main screen is blank, and it just says try searching to get started. I'm not signed in. All right, I'm gonna get trending.
That's weird because I
never mind. I hit
recently,
trending and I got the fucking basic YouTube.
Yeah, that's like I pretty recently saw the front page without being logged in, and it was all the basic shit.
That's really dumb. I mean, why would it not show you anything if you're not?
Yeah, it is weird, but then you just hit trending and it popped up. I bet you can guess whose video is number one on trending.
Yeah, I see it.
Is it something current events-y or just YouTube-y?
It's YouTube.
No, it's
So Mr. Beast?
Yeah, obviously.
No.
I'm never sure if I missed some like huge event.
Now, there's always some like, regionality with this, and I'm in a different state than you guys. Are you getting Taylor Swift for number 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, I am VPNing into Illinois, Chicago, so probably getting the same regional stuff you are too.
Oh, am I VPNing? Maybe. Let me try it without a VPN, just to. Oh no, wait, I'm not connected right now. So yeah, you're getting the same stuff as me.
I do love just like deciding, like going on here and seeing what basic YouTube is, and it's just like a lot of it's music videos, which is funny. That this is just what it is. There's still Minecraft shit near the top of trending. That game will never ever stop. But you can see just like the algorithm like Unchained. What kind of garbage shit here it is. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so Mr. Beast is obviously number one. And it's heinous thumbnails all around. A JonTron show video from a week ago is top trending here. So
all right, I'm getting the same top 2 VPNing through Los Angeles. So
yeah.
I think it's pretty national at this point.
Yeah.
I'm VPNing through Wisconsin. I'm actually, if anyone's tracking me, I'm not in Wisconsin.
You're not using VPN, are you?
Not right now. Should I be
No.
using it by default? all the time?
Honestly, not really.
I turn it
No,
on by
it's-
default because I just don't want to forget to turn it on.
Yeah.
So I just leave it on all the time.
I mean, I've got my work VPN on my work laptop, but that's required for all the
Correct.
sensitive information I deal with.
Correct. Yeah, I have that too. So, before we get too much further, I do have a gift from Cherryvale Mall.
Ooh, I
Chinese
forgot we were
Pepsi.
having more of these.
I got one more after this. This is
Ooh.
Osmanthus fragrance flavor.
Aspengold?
Asmongold flavored Pepsi.
Nice.
That's gonna taste horrible. That smells really, you know when you go to like the Asian market and you get smells and things that are nothing you've ever smelled before because it's like a completely different type of spice or herb that is not used in the Western world.
Yeah.
That is what I'm getting right now. So,
Yes.
all right, well,
I
bottoms
mean,
up.
smell is very, very connected to memory, but
It kind of tastes like a flat Pepsi.
This is the one that was like flour, like a sweet flour flavoring, right?
It kind of just tastes like Pepsi. It's like a spiced Pepsi, maybe. It's so.
Okay.
I cannot describe it. It literally tastes like
That's
a
fair.
floury Pepsi. Like I said, it's a
mean,
flavor I've never experienced before.
But it's not like the kind of like floury when something tastes like it's made of potpourri.
No, it's really, really light. Lauren wanted me to have her taste it as well, but she, I'd have to like message her. So I'm gonna give her a second to get over here.
maybe we'll get a Judy cam on the way.
No,
Are we?
I thought our listeners get to see
let me
the
try the Pepsi.
little puppy doggy that is the Judy.
No,
The secret special.
all of the listeners
yeah.
will get to see everything because we definitely have video versions of this podcast.
Yeah, you'll
Lauren-
just have to
Lauren's-
subscribe to the Patreon to find it.
Lauren's trying the Pepsi.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. What would you call it? You have to talk towards the mic here.
I mean, it tastes like. Do you guys remember?
You could move the mic closer to her too.
Victoria's Secret scent Love Spell.
Yeah, I do, definitely. Victoria's Secret scents, I get those down.
It tastes like if that was Pepsi.
Yeah. It doesn't really
Okay.
taste that
It's like
different.
perfumey. You know what I mean? I don't
tastes
hate
That does make sense.
It
'cause
just
it's a
kind
flour.
of it just kind of tastes like Pepsi that's a little different.
Yeah.
So it tastes like if I drank Pepsi and threw it up through Bath and Body hand soap.
What? Hand soap?
Yeah,
TJ's gonna drink hand soap.
It would taste like if I drank some Pepsi, then ate some Bath and Body Works like hand soap,
BBW.
and then had some Ipecac, as the real Beast, LA Beast, would have done, and then got rid of all of that into my father's brand new truck.
Yes.
Ipecac,
Is he
Ipecac.
dead?
Ipecac, yeah. I mean, if it tastes just like a slightly flowery flat Pepsi, I think I would probably like it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Because I would like Pepsi a little bit lighter, a little more subtle.
I would be interested in like what your impression would be if it was like a blind taste test. Like
Oh, yeah?
somebody who doesn't even know it's from the Asian mall or anything. It's just here's a soda. What do you think?
I think you'd be like, this just tastes different. I have no clue what it is. The other one was very identifiably peach. And like tea, peach tea flavored. This one was very difficult, but I think we looked it up previously on a previous episode, and it was like, what was it called?
It's like a sweet
Osmanthus
flour that like
yeah.
gets used for cakes and stuff, desserts.
Slightly bitter and mildly sweet. Used in tea and wines in China. So yeah, it's just just a light flavor, like how I don't know, what's an American flavor that gets put into stuff. That's
We
like
don't have any
unique.
light flavors.
I mean, technically,
I would say lavender is the closest, but that's not really like a
technically,
mainstream flavor.
if we're talking about native to this country,
Uh-huh.
I think we're talking about the cola, the whatever cola plant,
Oh yeah.
because that was done with the natives before we took it
Cola.
over.
Yeah, I suppose that's
Yeah.
true.
I learned that from the Nickelodeon show Hey Dude.
Wow.
That grows in North America.
I don't
I don't know if it was original to here, but I think natives did use it. I don't know if they brought it over from Asia
That's,
before they emigrated over, but I mean, emigrated.
that's
but,
interesting. Like
Uh,
I've never actually thought about it, but I know the coca leaves are from South America.
Cola is a carbonated soft drink flavored with vanilla, cinnamon, citrus oils, and other flavors. Most colas originally contained caffeine from the cola nut, leading to the drink's name. So I don't think that the flavor of cola is from the nut. The cola nut. It's from
the nut.
It's from something else. Just from all the spices that they put in it, I guess. Anyway, so
It's definitely a component of like bitterness. and
sure.
stuff.
It's probably part of the flavor, but like I think it's not just like cola. It's a bunch of orange,
It looks like-
lime, lemon peel, cinnamon, vanilla, and an acidic flavorant.
was cinnamon from here?
I don't know. There's like different kinds of cinnamon from different places.
Cinnamon is definitely not from the U.S. Like what? Let me just look up New World, which is what we would call it, flavor.
Yeah, this is saying cinnamon is native to Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Burma, and the Malabar coast of India.
You know how we
Yeah.
talked about how like Google's useless?
Yes, which is
I-
why I'm binging it.
I googled New World flavors, and all I am getting is ads for Cuban cigars. Don't know what that has to do with what I asked. I scroll down.
Starting with New World, the results could have been much worse.
Oh, I love that I got a Google message notification in the mix. Did you know that when you open up the volume mixer, it doesn't show you apps that haven't made a noise? So, like, you can't predictively turn off Google or Chrome. So, sorry for the Google notification, but
That seems
you used to
wrong,
be
but
able to, but now you can't.
All right, I've got it's probably a horrible website, but it's from The Kitchen with no E. In
I know
it,
that
.com.
website.
These are the 8 most American flavors because I searched for flavors originating from the Americas.
Oh,
removing vowels from words is so retro now.
Oh,
It's like 2013 era.
Yeah, apparently like vanilla, black pepper, chili powder, curry powder. That doesn't seem right.
Well, chilies, like red chilies, are
Oh,
native to
fair.
the Americas, I think.
Yeah, but curry powder though.
yeah, I don't think so.
Red curry contains dried
Okay.
chilies.
Fair. Okay, and then
I don't
garlic,
know for sure though.
soy sauce, MSG, sriracha. This doesn't seem.
So it seems like it seems like that the number one and then I think the easiest
Corn,
answer to this,
or at least
no, it's
Yeah.
vanilla.
okay.
Vanilla is like Central South America.
I think I have a better one. Tomato.
Potato.
That is true. Yeah, tomato was.
I
brought
don't
over
think
from
a
here.
tomato flavored Pepsi is going to work though, guys.
It's the American flavor before those dang Italians took it.
What would the tomato Pepsi be? We had Pilk. It would be.
Oh, so we
Tomato.
just mix
It's
ketchup
like-
and milk at this point.
Oh no! I'm talking about ketchup and Pepsi.
Is it a michelada, the beer and tomato
Michelada?
thing?
Yeah, correct. It's
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 that, but with
beer.
Pepsi.
Michelada, I think, is beer and like tomato juice and clam juice. Right?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't like seafood juices.
I think
Really?
there's like one that's just beer and tomato, and the one that's beer, tomato, and clam. But I might be thinking of Caesar's versus Bloody Marys. Too.
Oh, Michelada is just like how, like Mexico's like just uses salsa for everything. Michelada is just a drink with beer, lime juice, and then any sort of spice you want to think of. So
Have you guys had-
oftentimes it is like a. I think it's depending on where, what part of the country you're in, is what type of Michelada you can get. So
Have you guys had or heard of Chili Crunch?
yeah, oh yeah, chili crisp, chili crunch. Yeah. I use it all the
Yeah.
time. It's incredible.
I just heard about it like a few days ago.
Oh, yeah.
There was like a big controversy. But
Yeah.
Now that I know
David
it
Chang
exists,
can
I
go
wanna
fuck
find it.
himself.
Yeah.
Like that's about it. He's just a celebrity chef, owner of or creator of Momofuku, I think is the name of it. It was a New York restaurant chain or like restaurant that kind of split out into lots of locations. But the
Yeah.
chili crisp
But
is
it
a thing
sounds
that
like
is
it's basically like Korean salsa.
yeah. Chili crisp has
It
existed
sounds amazing.
in Asian cuisine forever, and then he was like, "I'm gonna trademark that because I sell a chili crisp." Like, come on, man, fuck off! Like, it's a basic thing. It's like also two generic words too, chili and crisp, whatever. It's like
Mhm.
how you can't get like sriracha as a patent or trademark because it's just the name of a type of like pepper. So
Mhm.
anyway, let's move on past the Pepsi. So what with the whole point of that was that vanilla Pepsi would be the weird thing, I think, for Chinese maybe.
Or sweet potato.
No.
You could make that work though,
You could, I guess, but
or
Yeah.
at least a sweet potato soda. It
I
doesn't
feel like
necessarily have
sweet
to be a
potato is
Coca-Cola.
like sweet potato isn't like the potato flavor. The sweet potato is just the sugar. The flavor is from like the cinnamon and other spices that you put on a sweet potato.
I don't know. You can, like, I guess when I used to make microwave sweet potatoes at work, I would usually have them without anything on it. And it's still pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You know, sweet potatoes are the result of a regular potato getting infected with a virus.
Really?
That,
it's a
yeah,
virus?
fucked up.
Because
Yeah,
I-
like
I-
implanted DNA that just happened to like change it in this one way that.
because I
all-
know it's specific to specific soils in a location because
Yeah.
you can't like export and then plant them somewhere else because they'll just be potatoes.
Like you don't need to infect them now. It's just it like injected DNA in the right spot that like mutated it.
Cool.
Apparently, this is a podcast I heard years ago, so I might be wrong.
No, I'm seeing here. They're saying sweet potatoes may have been around for thousands of years. Yeah, I don't know. Very, very possible. Stuff like that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
In the old world, huh? Life
turns out nature did CRISPR first.
finds a way. Yes, exactly. So that would be so. I think the uniquely American, I'm talking North and South America here.
Yep.
Flavor would be vanilla or like like a pepper, like a jalapeno or something type flavor. So
Something in the red chili family. Yeah.
exactly, because all the other things are available in other parts of the world. Whereas I think that one flour is probably pretty specific to Chinese culture and cuisine. So. All right, let's move on past this boring ass topic to some more exciting topics, like why is Matt playing Fallout? I mean, Matt's always playing Fallout, but like, why
Yeah,
did
that's
you
pretty
just
much-
start again?
If I'm playing a video game, there's like a 50-50 chance it's Fallout. I haven't actually seen the full TV show yet.
Neither have I. I've only seen the first 3 episodes. So
I've seen 5, I think. Like, I binged those the first night. And then I've been watching one a night with my parents and introducing them to Fallout.
oh, nice.
Which has been a fun experience.
Yeah, it's the show's real fun. I
Mhm.
like how much that it looks like Fallout, and how much that they have the Fallout music.
Yeah.
That era of music. I don't know, like just that enough is like enough for me to enjoy it already. Like they just, I don't know, seeing that portrayed is very cool.
They really, I think, nailed the tone of like hyper violent dark comedy.
Yeah. Because, like, you play Fallout, at least the new games, and it's like you shoot someone and they explode into a million pieces.
Yeah. Which happens in the
show.
like literally the
Yeah.
first big gunfight.
Yeah.
Somebody blows a foot off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, the ghoul, Walton Goggins' character, has, like, a gun with all sorts of weird types of ammo, and he's, like, just shooting people and they're blowing up. So I've enjoyed it. I don't like Amazon deciding to put every episode all out at once. I think I will continue to say that is a mistake to do, because I feel like putting out episodes weekly generates more buzz, because now people are going to forget about it in a month. Whereas you could have had like a month and a half of people talking about your show, but
there's nowhere for me to like go online and be part of a community that's like speculating, because like if I'm pacing myself, then I have to be like avoid all of the places where discussion happens, because it's full of people who've already finished the show.
There's people I know online talking about Fallout. I'm like, I gotta wait till I watch the series to go in that thread and talk about it, because I have only seen 3 of I think 8 or 9 episodes, something like
8,
that.
I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So I still have more than half the show to go. So it's like, well, I guess I'll talk about it in a month now when everyone's done talking about it. Like, I don't know. The whole binge thing is like, I don't know. It's something that I guess probably was a cool gimmick when it worked. And then I think for some shows it definitely works. Like we watched the Netflix sketch comedy show, Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave. And that all drops. And those are like 15 to 20 minute episodes. And there's 6 of them. So you can just bang that out in an afternoon. That's fine. But like these episodes are an hour. 45 minutes to like 70 minutes, so you're in for like a day straight of watching it.
It's strange that like for this type of show it feels like they didn't have faith in it or something.
Sure.
Like this is the exact kind of show where like you would be speculating what's coming next, and like I don't want to bring Lost into it, but Lost is the only show I can think of.
No,
it's like that week-to-week thing.
I can think of a better one that has something to do directly with the people that created this, and that's Westworld. This was the team that did Westworld, and that show every week was like, oh, what's going to happen next week? Like, what's the thing, And I feel like this show isn't like Westworld in the fact that there isn't like a weird mystery they're trying to uncover that's like super huge. It's just but it's not like Westworld where like everything was like a secret that's not being told to you, whereas this is like you're seeing multiple. It's kind of similar. Like it's got multiple characters.
There are you may not have gone to them yet. You probably have, but the vault stuff I have no idea where that's going still, but there's some deep dark secret there.
That's true, because I've, as far as I've gotten, is where the Walton Goggins character who nuke whatever what Holocaust or whatever happened, he was an actor, and then he got introduced to Vault Tech to be like an advertiser for them, and that's as far as I've gotten with that part of the plotline. But I have heard that and from the trailers and stuff you see, he's more involved with that company as things go along. So as like a spokesperson or stuff, there's more of that storyline. So yeah, it's good. I mean, it was a good choice to have that group together as well, because I think Westworld to Fallout isn't that weird of a difference. Yeah. It's like weird dystopian future, but also like lots of gunslinging, like in Fallout. And I know there are like a lot of people really butthurt about it because it, like the canon, like the canon, you're ruining the canon. It's like, I guess.
It's like, it's fine. Like,
well, I think it supposedly takes place after New Vegas.
Yeah. And like the canon that they're talking about it ruining is basically like after New Vegas, it wasn't like, and everybody lives happily ever after.
I know. That's the thing that bothered me. There's like, how could
society got destroyed again.
yeah,
Big surprise.
exactly. They're like just not. I mean, not like it's not like a huge spoiler for Fallout New Vegas, but it's also not like that game's been out long enough. So if I'm spoiling that, but like the NCR, the New California Republic, is like, oh, they've settled California and it's stable. And then you play that game, you're like, okay, but I don't trust them to not fuck it all up again. You know, like
Yeah.
like they easily, like 20 years later, it could be just madness again because like, you know, that whole organization is, you know, that's the thing I love about like New Vegas is that like,
And that happens
there's no good guys.
repeatedly in Fallout.
Mhm.
Like in Fallout
Mhm.
4,
Mm-hmm.
you're coming out after the Minutemen were destroyed by
Mhm.
the Institute. Like it's a brand new apocalypse in that
Yeah.
game. In 76, it started out with everybody
Yeah.
being dead.
Yes.
And if you like go through the holotapes and stuff, you can see reasons why everyone was wiped out.
And then I saw someone else online was complaining about like the raiders getting into the vault. This is like early on. This is like the first episode.
Yeah.
So it's not too much of a spoiler, but like there's raiders in a vault and then like them knowing what they were, and they're like they shouldn't have any contact with the outside world. But I'm like, first off, okay, one, Vault-Tec overseers have never lied to anyone ever and don't know anything more than they're telling you. Like, come on. Like, the entire point of the
Yeah.
show is that these vaults are weird dystopian science experiments where people are being lied to or having weird things done to them. So, very well could be one of those vaults. Their experiment was it was going to open 10 years before all the other
Well,
ones or something.
No, John, guess what happened?
It might explain it, but, like, go ahead.
It was opened from the outside because they had a Pip-Boy.
yeah,
Which
I mean,
has definitely happened in games too.
yeah, it's just like some of these explanations are just like, I mean, like, I don't know, like the fans, like canon isn't,
Mhm.
don't cinema sins everything. You don't have to like nitpick every tiny detail. You know, like in the Simpsons when they make fun of the nerds that are complaining about Itchy and Scratchy having slight differences and they just say a wizard did it, like there are things that you can complain about, like tonality things that don't make sense, things like that. Sure. But like small detail things, it's like, come on, it's their idea of Fallout. Plus, like, I know for a fact that the team that made this worked with Bethesda, like to make sure they got a lot of details right, you know? So it's good enough, man. Like, it's just, I just love that there's a Fallout show where there's like cool mutants exploding and like old like 50s music playing, you know, like it's cool. I just enjoy it. And it made me reinstall Fallout 4, which has an HD texture pack. And I realized how far along I was on my second restarted playthrough on that. And then I started playing New Vegas, which I had on my Xbox. Save for my 360, which is on the Xbox Series X because the saves transfer over, which is like the coolest thing.
Oh, nice.
And then I installed Fallout 76, but I haven't played it yet. So, or I created a character and I was like, Matt, we should play, and then Matt just played without me. So,
I also just created a character.
to be
but
fair,
then
though,
I didn't stop.
Well, I was about to say, I think that you can group up with people that are different levels, and it's not really that big of a deal. So we could play some.
I'm
sometime
only
anyway.
I'm like level 15.
I just kind of wanted to start a new character because I don't remember anything about the game. Plus, they added in so much different content now that it's like I'll just experience it fresh.
I started a new character because I wanted to do something completely stupid that I've never done in Fallout before, and do an unarmed build.
Ooh.
So now I punch things, and there's think it's like a 40% chance if I punch someone while I'm in VATS that they'll just explode because my hands explode.
That's amazing.
It's silly. And then I took the role play even farther, and he's dressed as a Civil War era brawler, like street brawler,
Fun.
and only uses flintlock pistols and fists.
Nice. I'm looking forward to playing some more of that, and I'll probably try and play some more tomorrow because I got time off. But like
Yeah.
that game, I've heard they fixed a lot. It's much more of a complete game now. I just like that they invented Fallout 76 with the thought is like, we're going to make this like Rust. We're going to have players creating their own little villages and fighting each other and all that. And the community of people that play Fallout Bethesda games are like, no, we're not going to kill each other. That's stupid. And everyone just kind of co-ops
bags at everybody.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, the game just became like, now when you log in, the high level players will just like give you free shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not, I don't know, it's like they wanted to create like the wasteland by having players be dicks to each other. It just doesn't work. It only works in Rust because it's only like edgelord children that play that game. So, or streamers like trying to get people to like raid their base and whatnot. So anyway, it's a fun little game. It looks really good. And now we're talking about it. I kind of want to play it now. So it's like
you should play it now because they're doing a free like demo of their premium program, so you can get.
Oh yeah. I think they have like a monthly sub program that they're doing, and I think there's expansions, right, that you can buy.
I think they're all free. There's like one that goes to Pittsburgh and one that goes to Atlantic City.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at the, what is it, Xbox version that I have. By the way, the crossplay on it is kind of weird because this is apparently the world we still live in where crossplay is not a guarantee, which is really stupid. But so Xbox players can only play with Xbox players. PlayStation 5 players can only play with PlayStation 5 players. Steam players can play with Xbox PC players. So all the PC versions talk to each other, but the console versions do not.
Is that just because like the network APIs don't get along?
No, it's because Sony and Microsoft didn't want to work together, and by that I mean Sony did not want to work with Microsoft because it's a Microsoft published game, and they don't want to give them free access. No, I was just looking at the Fallout 76 because I thought there was like expansions you could buy. I'm looking at the shop here. Oh, you
can buy an Atlantic City expansion, but it's all like
I
stuff
see
for your
now.
camp and stuff.
Yes, I see now. So all the stuff that you can buy is still the atoms that is to buy like mostly cosmetic shit and the annoying repair kits that they make you pay for, which is kind of shitty, but whatever. Yeah, I see. Okay, so yeah, it's just like a cosmetic pack for that new area. So okay. Man, I want to play this now, Fallout 76. I love a Fallout game. There's something about the Fallout series of just scavenging and collecting shit.
Yeah.
And then using that to make cooler shit to scavenge and collect better. That is like a really good, like play engagement loop. So fun. Well, that's cool. And yeah, I've enjoyed the series too. So I'll keep watching it. What about you, TJ? What have you been up to? What have you been watching, playing?
Well, most of what I've been watching is whatever new stuff comes out on Dropout, because I'm into that shit. Apparently, I love watching people play D&D without playing D&D myself.
Oh, I can't watch people play D&D.
It's not regular people playing D&D. It's a bunch of improvisers and comedians. So.
Oh, I know. I just can't. I can't watch people play D&D.
That's fair.
It's something about it. Just it doesn't. It would be like saying like to someone who is like has like a wood shop watching other people doing woodwork. So I just want to go do it. Like I can't. Yeah. I can't watch someone else do it because then I'll be like I would do it differently. And then I think about the games that I play, and then I'm just like.
Okay.
I just can't. I can't get into them because they're just.
That is super, super similar to why I don't like watching baseball anymore.
Yeah. Because
I spent so much time in my life doing scorebook and stat keeping in baseball that when I watch baseball, I'm just immediately like, okay, this is how I do the pitching chart. That's a strike. I put in the slider. Do this, and that. Okay, hit. I got it hit where it would go on the spray chart. Okay, it's a 6-3 ground out. Mark it as 6-3. And I always want to just do scorebook, just to show I can still do it. But no, but there's a bunch of other stuff. I love watching Game Changer.
Yeah.
Their new show, Very Important People, is fucking hilarious. I absolutely love it.
This is the College Humor.
Yeah, which is now just Dropout. They've
Yeah.
now completely changed their name.
Yeah, formerly known as College
Formerly
Humor.
known as College Humor. Which is self-owned now. They're now no longer owned by that holding firm because they got dropped about 3 years ago. 4 years ago. It's just before COVID. And complete ownership and CEO powers went to Sam Reich, who happens to be the son of former former economic advisor to the Bill Clinton administration, Robert Reich. But yeah, still love the new stuff coming out there. I started playing the Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 collection again.
Oh my god!
Because I was trying to clean up and get my platinums
For the 5th time. Probably
yeah.
not 5th. Probably like 100th time, but
Well, I've not beat a lot of the games in the collection. I did beat Birth by Sleep on the Xbox a while ago.
Okay.
A couple times I beat 1 and 2.
okay.
But I finally got my platinum in Kingdom Hearts 1 by beating Proud Mode, which fucking sucked.
So you were a real proud boy.
Oh, god damn, that game is hard. When you play that game on difficult, oh, I just kept dying.
I don't
and
like
dying.
games that are hard, so
No, I hate games that are hard, and Kingdom Hearts 1 is unfair hard.
that's a good point. I don't mind games that are difficult but satisfyingly difficult. It's
Yeah.
games that are unfair. It's like, come on. Like that's bullshit. Like
And
don't
weirdly
waste my
enough-
time.
Weirdly enough, a special ability you get in Proud that you can use, it's optional in Proud Mode, that's called EXP0, which is, hey, I want to play this game and never level up. Gives you a couple of bonuses because you are, because you will be underleveled and won't have tools that kind of make up for that. Like, it'll make it where if you have more than 1 health, any hit will never instantly kill you. It'll put you down to 1, and then next hit will kill you. So you always have that, that time to react. If you don't, if you're going to do the regular leveling up scheme, that's the way I like playing games like this. It's the way I like playing the Final Fantasies and whatnot. In the build I did, which apparently magic is the best way to do a build for this game, the one ability that gives you that part of EXP0, if you're above 1 health, your next hit, you can never just immediately die. You go to 1 health next and then 0. You don't get that ability until level 90
Oh wow.
in Kingdom Hearts 1, which is completely unfair on that.
Well,
difficulty.
also like 90 is like well beyond what you would get if you were doing a normal playthrough, right?
Yeah, I think I ended up beating it at like level 62 or something.
Yeah, I was about to say because like the last I played of it, I was probably in the last like maybe 5th or 6th of the game, maybe even less, 10th of the game.
Was that when we were down in Missouri?
Yeah.
You still have about a 5th of the game left.
Yeah, and I was like in the mid 40s level wise, so
Yeah.
it's like
And
to
even on,
get
like,
90 is crazy. That's grind city basically, and you're unlocking lots of weird shit.
If you're doing like the super bosses, I always get 99 anyway.
Sure.
I just feel like I have to.
Sure.
And there's decently easy ways to do it. There are accessories you can equip to increase your experience gain. There's ways to go that route, but I finally did it. Beat the final boss. Like, fine, done with Kingdom Hearts 1. My last cleanup for the next game in the series, which I won't spoil or whatever, is beat the second story on the hard mode as well.
Got it.
And I'm on the final boss now. I just have to beat it. I've only done about 3 attempts, and he's been kicking my ass. But I will do it. It's not as bad as the first game.
That's the thing that, like, I'm trying to think of games that are, like, tough but fair. Like, I played Rogue Legacy a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And that game always seems like it's my fault when I die.
Yes.
Which is the important part.
100%.
Whereas, like, in Kingdom Hearts, when I was losing to bosses, it would just be like, well, they hit me while I was I was
Yeah.
juggled and I couldn't do anything, so that's not fair.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is better about
Yeah.
it. So once you get to Kingdom Hearts 2,
Yeah, which will never happen.
there's definitely probably. But it's just I'm getting to the point where I'm not caring as much about platinums or you know, completionist in games. I don't have the time. I'm turning a big number in 2 weeks.
69.
Yes, nice. But
420.
But
No,
there's just
John,
something
that's
about
today.
I wanted to finally notch those off the list. I wanted to finally get those, you know, get those completions.
Get that monkey off your back before you turn 420.
And weirdly enough, it's gonna look really stupid because I'm probably gonna do it where I get the platinum for Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and 2 on the PlayStation version. But because I've spent all of my time in Birth by Sleep on the Xbox version, I might just get the achievements there and not worry about the platinum and not have to play the game all the way through again.
So maybe TJ, if you visit this summer, we can finish Kingdom Hearts 1 for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that sounds fine.
then I can be done finally, forever. And
I'll be very proud of you.
yeah, and then can you stream directly from a PS5, or did they get rid of that?
I don't know. I don't know if you can stream directly from PS4 anymore.
That was like such a weird thing that they had early on.
You're talking stream right to Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could do that on PS4 originally. You could do that on Xbox One, and I don't know if you could still do that.
Let's see here. Yes, you can stream to Twitch from a PS5. Okay.
Okay.
So you just need to have. Okay, cool. So I could probably stream that too if somebody else wanted to watch. The completion.
Or we leave it exclusive to the Discord. We just use your Genki Shadowcast.
Yeah, that'd like take.
Yeah, but then you have to move it.
We'll just put it on Twitch.
Yeah. That's fair.
But so that'd be fun. But I will decide whether or not to. What's the next game I'd have to play?
It's the next one down the list. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. As much as I think that the Game Boy Advance version is better. The gameplay of the Game Boy Advance version is better. They add a couple little story things to the 3D version. Not a whole lot, but they did add voice acting and some story beats.
Gotta have that voice acting. Is it who's like Sora?
Haley Joel Osment.
But I don't know if Sora's in that one.
He is.
He is, okay, and he's back, but older.
Sadly, much older.
Yeah,
because he recorded those lines after Kingdom Hearts 2. Because that game was made, and it was a pack-in game in the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, which was the re-release with bonus content.
Jesus.
And then we got it here in the States as a standalone for PS2.
Yeah.
And that's the version that's there.
So it's complicated.
If you want a funny what order you need to play Kingdom Hearts games in, Game Champ has a recent video about that, and I did share it in the Discord.
Oh, okay. I'll have to give that a watch.
I shared it and added somebody, but apparently that person doesn't post in our Discord anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we have. Where did you post that? Was that in video games or YouTube?
Someone tells me it was video
I believe.
games. That would make sense. I don't think I would put that on YouTube.
Yeah. Game Champs. The actual true play order. All right. Wow, I'll have to check it out.
Yes, it's absolutely hilarious, and I don't think anyone will do this particular order, because Game Champ gets into, you should play them in chronological order based off of release date. So release date of the games. Remakes, it doesn't matter which version you play, but preferably play the one that has the most stuff. But if it's not exactly the same game, it's not a remake.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you have to replay games multiple times?
yeah, you would have to play Chain of Memories and then later Chain of Memories. But you have to do Chain of Memories after 2 because it was released after 2. And then it gets weird when it comes to the mobile stuff.
Sure.
That's when it gets weird.
That's finally when it gets weird.
No, I'm just talking about the play order gets weird because all the mobile stuff was released episodically. So good luck. And then talking about required reading beforehand, like it expects that before you have played the games, you have watched the required Disney movies and or played
ask about that.
And or played all the Final Fantasies previous to it.
Fun.
And
Well,
then
it can't be more than one Final Fantasy.
Do you have to play all the
Right.
Disney licensed video games as well?
No, that was not
okay.
that was expanded universe stuff, not
You
required.
don't have to play Lion King
Yeah.
on
And
SNES.
That's Kingdom Hearts Legends. It's no longer canon.
Kingdom
No,
Hearts
everything
expanded
Kingdom Hearts
universe.
is canon. But no, it gets into definitions like what's required reading, what's extended universe, like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's extended universe Sora. That's not required. That's
Got it.
Sora in a different
Non-canon Sora.
But because Final Fantasy characters are in this game, that's required reading, and you need to play them all before you get to this one.
Sure.
And those definitions also make the end of the video hilarious.
And you have to watch Final Fantasy Spirits Within before each game.
That wasn't required. Now, I do want to say that that she does mention that like one of the better ways to do the required reading is, okay, I'm going to Wonderland next. Stop the game, go watch Alice in Wonderland, the Disney Alice in Wonderland, and then play the game because the game
Johnny Depp
expands on
one?
what you expect to. Not in this case.
Do you have to watch Advent Children?
No, but you should. You should. It's not good, but I liked it. Actually, no, you do because it's required reading for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the versions of the characters in that are Advent Children characters.
There you go.
And I think that was. Again, not going to get into it. I do not want to spoil it because it's funnier.
Do straight to VHS Disney sequels count?
Yeah. Do I have to watch Aladdin 2, Jafar's
like-
Revenge?
Revenge
of Jafar?
Before Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay. Do you have to watch
What about
Lion King Scar's Revenge?
I had an
Pocahontas
Aladdin
2,
Choose Your Own
Pocahontas
Adventure
Revenge.
VHS thing
I think
that I accidentally ruined when I rented it from the library. Do I have to watch that?
Matt, the library's going to come for you for that, by the way. You just think you're good now, but someone's going to, in the dark
was
street corner,
so
a
stupid.
librarian is going to
Like
get you.
it's meant for kids, and it has pause the video, play the video sections for different stuff.
Uh-huh.
And like, of course, I accidentally hit record at some point, and it wasn't protected.
What? Really?
Yeah,
That's weird.
I will say that this doesn't really give away some of the bigger twists in that, but it does say that one of the required plays is Kingdom Hearts VCast, because there was a VCast Kingdom Hearts game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Give me a second here. So I wanted to bring back a segment from Old Byte
Ooh.
that we haven't done in a long time that you may
It's
remember.
not grinds my gears.
It's not
is it?
grinds my gears.
Okay.
The gears have been fully ground to dust.
Because I've been thinking of Old Byte recently, and now what would this be? What would this be?
It's a segment I
something about
used to
hamsters.
do. It was movie related.
Movie related?
The 5-star bite review.
No, but 5 is
Quiz
part of it.
Bots movie.
We still use the patented Born in the Radiance.
Correct, but 5 is part of it.
I
have no idea.
5 is part of it.
5 favorite films. Remember this
Favorite films?
game that I used
no
to play?
memory of this.
I don't remember this.
Wow. Byte historians, you are not.
I know I'm really bad about that.
All right, so this was a segment I used to do where I would go on Rotten Tomatoes and they would have movie stars on talk about their 5 favorite
I do
films, and
remember
I would
this
say the
now.
title of the film and read their description, and then you would have to guess who this person was. And then after I did all the descriptions, I would start reading the little
Yes!
blurb about them,
Yes!
redacting their name.
I
Until
I
someone-
remember this now.
I really liked this, and I
Oh.
brought it back because I was like, are they still doing that? And they are. So I'm going to pick a movie star that is somewhat relevant
Okay.
nowadays.
But irrelevant enough that I might know it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the hard,
All right.
difficult thing was picking movie actors that you guys would know, because a lot of these are like directors and stuff that I would know. With
Yeah.
this person, you definitely would know. So, and they are in something that came out recently. So,
Okay.
although this is from 2017, because I pulled these from the archive. But
Mhm.
all right, so let's start. Are you guys ready? You can. I know the buzz in will just be you just saying a
We'll just start
name, and then you
talking,
can't
yeah.
say a name again until the other person's had at least one guess.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna guess Zendaya.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
The-
2017? How relevant was Zendaya in 2017?
okay, don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
The Spiderman.
Number 1, To Kill a Mockingbird, 93%.
Okay.
This is from 1962. The first two that jump to my mind are both from my formative years. So 1962 being someone's formative years is your
Okay.
first hint. One is to kill a Mockingbird, and the other was Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which we'll get to as the second one.
Classics. Yeah.
Both of which are films I saw at a young age. Obviously, To Kill a Mockingbird is, one of the great novels of the 20th century and a beautiful film adaptation that I think did a great job of. I mean, this is from a current perspective, having read the book a couple of times and read the book to my kids and seen the movie. But at the time, I don't know how old I was, if I was 9, 11, or 12. But I was sort of viewing it from the perspective of the kids. The whole story is told from Scout's perspective and the other kids, like most kids growing up. I saw Gregory
haven't-
Peck as a
I
film.
haven't read or seen To Kill a Mockingbird.
Wow. I've read
I
and
know.
seen To Kill a Mockingbird. The best way to watch To Kill a Mockingbird?
Read the book.
Nope. Watch it in, let's see here. Let me make sure I get the name of it right. The Darkness. The Xbox 360 game, The Darkness. If you sit down in one of the first cutscenes, the entire movie To Kill a Mockingbird is played on a little mini television
Really?
that you can sit and watch with your girlfriend.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Uh-huh. There's even an achievement if you
Watch the whole movie.
watch the whole movie, correct. That's actually not true. You don't have to watch the whole movie, but you have to sit for a very significant amount of time to get the achievement. But the whole
Okay.
movie is on there. So that is the preferred way of watching To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm sure that's what Martin Scorsese would say is the best way to watch it. Christopher Nolan would say that's the ideal way.
Yep.
Anyway, I saw Gregory Peck as a film version of my dad and the good guy standing up for what's right and doing the right thing sort of way. Yeah, just really well-made film with characters that I think are relatable to a really wide range of people, as all great storytelling is, whether it's a film or a novel or whatever it is. Something that's accessible for a variety of ages and demographics and something that speaks to a lot of people. And then the second one, 1967, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is the first sort of grown-up movie that I remember seeing with my parents, and if I'm not mistaken, it was at a drive-in theater, which I'm sure half of the audience reading this doesn't know what that is.
I'm not even at this point. I'm not. Even
I'm sure they
getting-
can piece it together.
I'm not even getting if this is an actor or actress.
Or director, because they could be directors too.
That's true.
I'll give you hints after we. Or I'll drop a hint now that we've done two of them. It's an
Yeah, I
actor,
mean, Okay.
and
that's already
it's a
done
man,
guess,
a
so-
male actor.
Okay. And relevant in 1997.
1997, 2017.
A number ending in 7. Got it.
The math guy, everybody.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
math
you're only
guy.
20 years off.
Yeah, only 20 years off. Oh, jeez.
TJ gets a free guess anyway, so I'm gonna go get a drink.
Well, I feel like I have to wait for Matt. Or no, we'll just continue on. So let's start with the next one.
Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975, 93%.
Wait, that was it for... Oh, because
Because he talked about
movies
both
at
kind of
once.
in the same one.
Okay, so...
He's going to
that's
do
fine.
it again for the last two.
Yeah, so we've vamped long enough for that, but I kind of want to throw out a guess, and
Sure,
I don't
might
really
as well.
have a
Sure.
good idea with this. It's just based off of age and based off of whatever, and I have no thing, so I'm really pulling it out of my ass right now. 2017. You know,
Well,
let's just
also
go with
relevant now, too. I'm picking someone who's
Yeah, of
in
course.
something now.
I mean, 2017 is only 7 years ago, so most likely.
Oh shit! It's
and-
7 years ago.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
say
I know.
that.
And I know that I don't follow movies well enough to know who's actually in stuff at what times.
Mhm.
So let's just, you know what? We're going to go with something simple, something to the point, and it probably isn't relevant. Let's just go Jack Nicholson.
No.
He's old.
Jack
Okay.
Nicholson
He's
is in
too
One
old,
Flew
though.
Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He's too old for this.
Okay, he's too old.
I
for
think
this,
we're
okay.
looking for someone who's like 10 to 12 in the 60s.
So
Right.
someone born in the 50s, basically.
So I'm born in the late 50s, so...
Yeah. Late 50s. Good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in something now.
Let's
More
continue on.
recently.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And an all-time favorite would be Cuckoo's Nest, which is particularly interesting from my perspective because a year or so before the film came out, I had seen the play. I was in college, 1975, and I was studying music. I wasn't into acting or theater or any of that at the time, but a friend of mine was in the play, in a little black box production of a play at the theater department of University of Montana, where I studied music.
Okay.
And I went to see it, and that was in many ways an interestingly cast production, but it was brilliant. It was one of the first pieces of theater I saw that, that real raw kind of Steppenwolf vibe that really blew me away. So when the movie came out, I felt kind of like, I don't think I want to see this movie because the play was really so well done. But then I saw the movie, and obviously director Milos Forman and the rest of the cast, down to the people who didn't even speak on camera, the movie is just so wonderfully done. So far, I would say this person, me as a movie buff, judging them, To Kill a Mockingbird and Cuckoo's Nest, they're both very safe, obvious choices, but also good ones, because those are very good movies.
That's fair. Now, it said college in 75, which means born between... likely born between 53 and 57. If you're going to college, typical ages of 18 to 22. So born between 53 and 57.
So younger
There's
than my
something
parents.
in the language there of the real raw Steppenwolf vibe. Like, who talks like that?
I mean,
and is in that age range.
Someone who went to University of Montana, and is now kind of branching out, learning about more stuff.
We're gonna start getting it. He's going to make
like-
things easier for you too in the next two because he's going to talk about his career in these.
Okay. I don't think I can even get a guess.
So whose turn
just
is it
from
to
this.
guess? I guess. It'll be
either one of
Matt.
us,
I think
we both had a
I think
guess.
it's up for grabs.
Okay.
now.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll read the next one. You guys can jump in if it comes to you. Otherwise, we'll do guesses afterwards. Juno, 2007, 94%. My last two are going to be Whiplash and Juno for obvious reasons.
Okay,
This
hang on.
may
hang on.
start making things easier
Hold up,
for you.
Hold up.
Well, I'm going to
hold
keep
up.
talking what you think because you don't clearly have it in your head. And don't look things up, for God's sake.
I'm not. Hands are.
Juno came along.
here.
What was that, 10 years ago now? That came along when I had nicely established career going and was paying my mortgage and putting kids through the outrageous LA private school. We moved out from New York to LA 2 or 3 years
Is it
before
Jason Bateman?
that. No.
No.
Like,
Fuck.
were you saying it's someone in Juno? Or,
I don't know.
Silly.
I'm just saying he said for obvious reasons, the Whiplash and Juno. Anyway, 2 or 3 years before that, I'd met Jason. I'd done Jason Reitman's first feature, Thank You for Smoking, which is an underrated film, by the way.
Oh.
Actually,
Aaron, what's his
stop
face?
guessing. TJ gets to guess. Actually, he joined
Is it Aaron Eckman or whatever his name
Aaron
is?
Eckhart, and no.
Eckhart.
Actually, he joined our semi-regular poker game when I was playing at the time, and he quickly became from a guy. This is a really long story about him meeting Jason Reitman at a poker game, and we'll continue because he's not talking about the movie. That night or the next day, I read the script and, of course, immediately fell in love with the part of Juno's dad.
Was it the guy who? Yeah, it's the guy who voiced
J.K.
Tenzin.
Simmons?
Yeah,
Ding,
it's
ding,
the guy
ding,
who
ding,
voices
ding.
Tenzin. I
Correct.
just can't think of his name. I'm like,
Matt
I knew it
gets
starts with a
it.
J.
J-
And J. Jonah
I knew
Jameson
he
stuck
was a
in my
dad.
head.
And there's like a lot of dad actors
Uh-huh.
that kind of get mixed together, and I forget what movie they're in.
When he
Yes.
said Juno and Whiplash, and he said this for obvious reasons, I immediately thought of Whiplash. I thought of the guy. His face is in my head. I started going to the farmer's insurance commercials,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I know his name starts with a J. He plays J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies. But
And what
it's
thing
not-
was he in recently? That is why I brought this up.
What the fuck was he in recently? Besides
Something
Invincible.
that just came out. Invincible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's
He's the
Invincible,
voice
yeah.
of Omni-Man in Invincible.
Yes.
Um,
And
playing the same
the
character that he plays in Whiplash, basically.
yes.
If
But
you
superpowers.
haven't seen it, I think it's called Paradise Falls, the Andy Samberg Groundhog Day movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's good in that.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
love
a
him.
very
He's one of
fun
my favorite
movie.
character actors, and
Yeah.
but yeah, so I got to dock him some points for picking two movies that he's in.
Yeah.
as his
yeah,
five
I-
favorites, but maybe
I
he's
completely get that.
maybe
Yeah.
he's speaking
See-
about as he had a great time making them. So like he wanted to,
Here's where I went wrong. In my brain, like you said Whiplash, and I was like, oh, the roller derby
Nope.
movie. Yeah.
Nope.
the
I
one that
immediately
people
went to the right
actually
Yeah.
watched.
The roller
Um,
derby movie's great.
I'm
though.
sure it's great, but
Which reminds me,
Whiplash
it-
won a bunch of Academy Awards.
if you want to ruin your fingers, or I guess your wrists if you have the actual peripheral, you can someone made a chart
Mm.
to mod into Taiko Drum Master
Yeah.
or whatever Taiko game is on the PC for Caravan, and it is fucking ridiculous.
Have you
I
seen
can't-
Matt? Have you seen the movie Whiplash? The J.K. Simmons?
No.
You absolutely should. As
Yes.
maybe it would
you
give
should.
you
I've not
PTSD
watched
though,
it
because
yet,
it's about
but-
a music student.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
and an overbearing professor.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty much the same reason I couldn't watch the one about the metal guy going deaf, just because I'm terrified of that.
Oh, Sound of Metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is also a good movie. But
Is that a movie about tinnitus and then going deaf?
No, he's going deaf for other reasons, but
Okay.
he starts off as tinnitus, and
Okay.
but he's I can't remember. He's a drummer, yeah, a metal drummer, a drummer in a metal band.
Oh,
and,
that kind of metal. Okay. Yeah.
and he goes
Yeah.
deaf, basically, and it's a really good. I forget the actor who is Sound of Metal. I think he was nominated for Academy Award, but I like that movie a lot. 2019 Sound of Metal. Who is that? Riz Ahmed. He's really good in it, but yeah, it's kind of a cool movie. But
Oh
J-
yeah, he was in Rogue One.
Yep.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons, Whiplash. Whiplash is amazing. It's also like the only good movie Damien Chazelle has made, I think. So
So is Rogue One like the last good Star Wars movie?
movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked Rogue One. It was quite good.
I've liked most of them, but I will say Rogue One is the best of the movies
I mean,
of the current.
I would
I'm
agree.
saying specifically movies. You know, I'm not talking about
Yeah.
series. 'Cause having still not seen Mandalorian, let alone any of the other stuff. I know. You guys have been talking about it for so long, and I've not put the
Mandalorian's so
time.
good that I don't mind sitting through the Book of Boba Fett in between seasons, just because it turns into another season of Mandalorian.
Mhm. But at this point, I don't want to get into it yet because one of my kids wants to watch the Star Wars movies with me. Which I haven't
Have
seen
you
all of them
seen
yet.
like Rebels and Bad Batch and those?
Nope.
The cartoons.
No,
Those are like
I haven't
those
watched
two series are
those.
like my favorite
I
new
think
Star
I've watched
Wars
one
things.
episode of one of the two Clone Wars series, probably the earlier one.
Yeah,
I've
Clone Wars
watched-
is just too fast. There's just too much of it.
I've watched the last 40 minutes of episode 1 and have not seen episode 2 or 3. And I think
Really?
I've watched episode 7 and 8. And I still haven't watched 9.
You're honestly probably fine. You're not
I
missing
know.
much. 9, honestly, is probably one of the most disappointing movie experiences.
It's fair.
It's just there's no point. It's just the story just kind of peters out. There's no like amazing climactic ending that is.
It's
profound.
a member berries movie.
It really is.
It's just a member berries.
It's just
remember
not,
this. Remember this.
And that
Because
apparently
there's
is all that. That's all that. What's his name? The director.
J.J. Abrams.
JJ. I kept wanting to say J.K. because of J.K.
J.K.
Simmons.
Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
That
That's
was
all
my
he can
problem
do.
trying to think of J.K. Simmons.
I will
J. Jonah.
maintain that for what's the first one, episode 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what was needed for episode 7.
Maybe.
To like
To
just
drum up
to be
hype
like
to continue
there's
interest.
actual puppets, there's like it's not super shiny like the prequels. It feels like a Star Wars world. Let's get comfortable. And then they what's his name from the second one tried to do something different and everyone freaked out.
Yeah, and then they're
Disney
like, all right, let's
fucked
just
it up
give you
by
what you want.
overcorrecting. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so, no. Star Wars Andor's really good. Watch that.
That's a good one too.
But that's not a movie, that's a TV show.
Yep.
So, yeah, Whiplash is incredible movie, and everyone should watch it. I'm reading through his little blurb here, but Damien Chazelle was very young, and I guess J.K. Simmons was part of the movie getting made, because he, like, pitched it to him directly.
Okay.
And Miles Teller, who plays the young drummer, who's in a lot of stuff now, but
Oh yeah. Miles Teller, was he Baby Driver?
No, that's
No.
Baby Driver.
that
forget.
is Ansel Elgort.
Yeah. All these freaking babyface actors.
Anyway, Miles Teller apparently, I guess, played all those drums himself in the movie because he actually played drums as a kid.
Oh, nice.
So,
Baby Driver is amazing. I just have to say that.
I've
It's my favorite musical.
You love Baby Driver because your favorite actor is in it, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Oh,
He loves a Baby
that's-
Driver
that's
too.
not even-
if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like when I was a pretentious college so I'm going to study film person,
Uh-huh.
I had the American Beauty screenplay too.
Nice.
of
So,
course.
yeah.
That's a great movie. I'm not going to knock that.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin Spacey sucks as a person, but I like that movie.
Yeah.
I think what is it? But yeah, Whiplash. I can't talk enough about how much I love that movie. It's just such a perfect movie because it's a movie about like the dangers of art, basically, and of perfection, and of toxic relationships in the artistic community, and just I don't know about like because the whole point is J.K. Simmons' character is basically saying you have to suffer for your art and you have to, you know, get broken if you can't make it perfect, basically. Which is like an impossible thing to ask of anyone to do. But, you know, you find the crazy person, and he's saying, you know, all the greats weren't made because they were told they did a good job. They were made because they were basically beaten to an inch within their life and then made great art. So it's really great. It's an incredible movie. But a really tough watch as well in some points, but very just amazingly well done. And J.K. Simmons deservedly won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for that. So good
It
for him.
is tacky to pick your own movie though.
I agree,
Yeah.
but I think he did that just because I don't know why he did that. I don't know, man. It is tacky though, so we're gonna mark him off as done. So let me just grab everyone else and move them down. Oops. Actually, I'm just going to remove J.K. Simmons. Control copy. Control paste him into the 506 notes that I'm taking. Oh, yeah. What else do we talk about? Fallout, games, show, and more Kingdom Hearts for some reason.
Of
TJ
course.
only plays one game.
No, I've been playing Final Fantasy IV as well.
Oh, okay. Final Fantasy.
It's basically
Not
the
very
same
different than Kingdom Hearts. I played Balatro a lot this
Yeah, that's
last
fair.
couple weeks. That's all I do is play Balatro over and over again. The developer put out a patch on beta on Steam that fixes a lot of the issues with the late game, like the higher difficulty level stuff, and making it a little bit easier because earlier on you'd have a lot of runs crash out very early on because you just wouldn't have resources to continue. And so he changed it so that it's not like it is easier, but it doesn't make the late game part easier. It just makes it so when you get skip this to get a free, or not skip this to get a joker or something in the next shop, it makes it free. Because when you skip, you can't earn money from that thing. So early on, it kills you because you just don't have any money, and part of the difficulty ramping is reducing the amount of money you get from winning rounds. So it really, in the higher difficulty ones, it becomes impossible if you just don't get a good joker in your first shop draw. Yeah. So now it's much more like luck protected, with usually you get a free joker or something in those early blinds, so you can get something to try and build a deck around. And I beat the final ante. Actually, I didn't. I unlocked the final deck type. There's one ante above it. It's the black one, or whatever the most difficult one is. But and that one adds rental jokers.
Rental jokers?
Yes, a rental joker. So in the game, you get jokers. You get... Oh, I think I've explained this in previous things, but it's basically a poker game. This deck builder. And you get jokers that give you bonuses. So the previous ones add... The first of the higher level antes adds... eternal jokers, which are jokers that you can't get rid of. So basically, when you start a build, you're stuck into it. They're not all eternal, but some of them are. So, it's a risk reward picking one, hoping you don't change your mind on the way you want to build your deck. And then the next one up with that adds perishable jokers that last for 5 rounds. So that's 5 antes or 5 blinds of cards. And then the third one is rental, where they cost 3 gold each round to use.
Okay.
So
not each hand, but each
round of hands to beat the blind. So it could be, I think you get 4 hands typically.
If you haven't yet watched at least a couple of YouTube people play some rounds of Balatro, watch it. You'll get the hang of it pretty damn quick.
It just has such a great...
Yeah, I've seen it. It's just, if I'm going to play a card game, it's got to have wizards and shit on it.
Their jokers is close.
I think there's some wizard-themed jokers that you can get. But I know what you mean. No. But I mean, there's... It just distills down the deck building to like a perfect art that is so addicting, because it's a deck of cards and a deck of cards. Like, you already know all that.
Because there's also the roguelite RPG where you're playing blackjack. Yeah. And then there's also now another one that's come out that's roulette, where you get different things on the wheel and stuff. But I think Balatro really kind of nailed what people are looking for.
Oh my god, dude. Wait, what's the blackjack? Oh, Rogue Jack.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a terrible name.
But like, literally, you have hit points, and every time your hand against the opponent hand, however many points you beat them by, is how many hit points you deal to them.
I am a big fan of that. When you said roulette, it gave me terrifying flashbacks to playing Dragon Quest XI, the casino there, because there's a bunch of items that you need to unlock in the casino, and the easiest way is to just do roulette and use weird roulette strategies, because you bet on 1/3 of the board basically. So you basically have a 1 in 3 chance of winning a significant amount of money. And then you just have to like keep resetting each time you fail. And there was one time when I did it when I lost like 5 times in a row, and I wanted to fucking stab someone. And I was like, this is a 1 in 3. I mean, losing 5 times in a row in a 1 in 3 is very very easy to happen, but it just felt terrible.
Yeah.
But it was very multiplicative, because you would go from the like 10 chip table to the 50 chip to the 100 chip to like the 500 one, and then when you get to the 500 one, you just win it once and you triple your money basically. And then I had enough to buy everything, and it was just roulette's like what? Okay, never mind. I should look up the game. Like, that's a complete game of chance. Whereas at least with blackjack and with poker, there's skill to that. Anyway, so I'm having fun with Balatro, but I think I've probably burnt out on it again because I unlocked all the decks now.
That's kind of how it was with like Vampire Survivors. You know, once you kind of build up to a certain, like, you can get your runs in pretty good, and like that part gets boring unless you actually want to kind of hit those next achievements, hit those next milestones.
There's still, I mean, I still have cards to unlock. I still have a bunch of the vouchers to unlock, which you get by, unlocking them multiple times through runs. You unlock them, so I still have a bunch of stuff to unlock. But I got all the decks done. I feel like I'm good there. I might take a break and then start grinding away at some of the, like, there's legendary jokers as well that give you like crazy special abilities. I just won my orange stake because I got a legendary joker at the end that gave you a ×2 multiplier for every empty joker space you had. And then and so I was running with 4 or 5 jokers instead of that. And then I got a blueprint. No. Sorry.
Did you get any negative jokers to
kind of exactly.
Help with that?
And that's what really boosted it. No, sorry. There's a rare joker that gives you a ×1 multiplier for every slot you have open. So I had 2 slots open for a while because I was running with 3 jokers instead of 5. And then I got a couple negative jokers that worked well, but then I got a legendary joker that duplicated any card you had in your consumable hand. And so I kept a planet, which is the card that increases your you choose like full house of a particular hand that you want to play. And so every round I got a new upgrade for that one because it would duplicate that. And it would also make it negative. So you could have like infinite of them. And so I made full house like level like 25 or something. So it was giving me an insane amount of chips every time I did a full house, which is what I was running.
One of the more interesting videos I've seen is someone has actually found a seed. I forget.
Oh yeah, and there's every run you do is seeded, and you can share the seed with someone else, and they can try it.
Someone had found a seed where one of your deck types, which kind of gives you a random assortment of cards, is 52 of exactly the same card.
That is the deck. That is the final deck you unlock. Is the like random deck, and it is 52 cards of random suit and a rank. Number and rank. Yeah, so you could end up with an insane deck of randomly you could get 52 of the same card.
And someone found a seed, which is a 1 in 52 to the 52 power chance of getting. That's all the same card. I think it's the 10 of clubs or something.
Oh my god, I gotta check that seed out.
And it because everything, if you play 5 cards, it's a flush 5. 5 of a kind of the same suit. And that's a rare hand type you can rarely get with any deck, even how you build it, duplicate cards or whatnot. But if you have 52 of the same card, they're all flush 5s, and then you have to get to boost that hand type. You have to get this really rare planet that doesn't show up very much in the planetary cards.
So it does show up though once you've played a flush 5 in your thing. It'll start showing up more often. I think there's some balancing around that.
And then there's I think a joker or a tarot card that like gives you a better chance of getting the planetary card of the most played hand you have.
Correct. It's a voucher that you get that gives you the same planet every time you pull planets, so you can really boost
guarantees at least getting one of them. Which you want it every time anyway.
Yep. That's the thing that's so addictive about the game is the deck building. It's just so purely like multiplicative, like everything you can do to like boost. And like most of the insane decks that I've built are all built around stacking multipliers and getting tons of them.
Each of the little systems that are easy to learn on their own feed into each other, especially when you could find the right loop to kind of get you this, which gives you this, which gives you this, which gives you more of these cards and helps you get this card. And then I'm going to turn this one to like a glass card and give it a stamp, which then gives it a chance to give me more money each time I play it, or whatever it is. I don't remember what things do what, but
well, you should play it, TJ. I bet you'd like it. It's on Switch.
Yeah, that's the problem. I do not want to get into that kind of game that I know I would like in that way.
I see. Well, do know that a phone version's coming out too. So
Yeah, of course.
I have it on my phone because I use Steam Link to play on my Backbone and play that, or I use my Steam Deck to play it, and it works really well in handheld. The controls are pretty well optimized for controllers. So anyway, I just want to talk about Balatro again because like we're talking about stuff we played, and for me it's been Fallout games and Balatro, and then I did play that thing I linked in the Discord. What was it called? Evercraft.
Oh, Evercraft, yeah.
I played that for like an hour or two.
Yeah, which
it's fun.
The second you posted it, that font style and the fact that I wasn't wearing my glasses at the time, I'm like, oh, EverQuest. I was just gonna make some comment about never played it, but I played Champions at Norath. That's not this. This is a retro style.
Yeah, it's not based in EverQuest lore.
It's more like RuneScape-ish, right?
It's like EverQuest, but it is it's not at all like Minecraft. It is just using the blocky like aesthetic of Minecraft as like the easy way to build a world, basically.
So is it voxels or sprites? Is it 3D or 2D?
It's voxel based, but you don't you can't build your own stuff.
Yeah, there's no building.
Okay.
So I played it for a few hours. I got halfway through level 1, and it is very much the old school EverQuest type game of I killed like 50 rats and got to or like a RuneScape. So that's a game I'm not going to play any more of the alpha because I don't want to play it and not like have like progression saved. But it is definitely something I could see myself playing with a group or a couple other people because it would be kind of fun to double up on it. I really love the old school RPG feel of the fact that you have to talk to people and then it's just like an EverQuest. So you talk to someone and they'll mention stuff and they'll have like a highlighted piece of text and then you type that word in your chat box to them and then they'll explain more on that topic. And it's got that old school feel that I actually really like about like, it feels like you actually have to read the quest text to understand what's going on, not just like a go to highlighted spot, do this. One was just like I was doing Paladin. It was like I don't know where the fuck to go because the note I gave me said go to the Temple of Balance to learn more. And I'm like, where the fuck is that? And I like walked around town talking to random NPCs and all sorts of stuff. And then I went and talked to the guard, and the guard told me where it was. And he said the west, but there's no compass because you have to buy a compass. So I don't have one yet. But I just kind of wandered around town until I found like what looked like a churchy type building, and I got there. But I went to that guy to talk to him. He gave me a shirt and said I got to prove myself to be in the Paladin Guild or whatever. And he said, go out into the meadows and find a Paladin and tell him I sent you. No quest text, no marker, no nothing. So I just like walked around and I found a dude walking around that kind of looked like a Paladin and talked to him. And he was like, all right, go kill the bandit. And I went to kill the bandit, and the bandit was level 2 and I was level 1, and it killed me very quickly. Because you can't kill things that are a level higher than you. Because it is very much like old school World of Warcraft and other things. Matt's got a cat throwing up. I can tell.
He's having a sneezing fit.
Oh, sneezing fit. Okay. I recognize the sound because one of our cats, Steve, does the sneezing fit every once in a while. We'll do it like 10 times in a row. And you're like, are you okay? And he's just like, yeah. Just had to sneeze a whole bunch. No, but it is very much that old school style. It's definitely, but it's very like RuneScape. It's just very slow progress, but like you definitely feel your character getting better as you continue on, and it is satisfying in that way. It's very grindy, but like grindy is not necessarily bad as long as it's not like unfair, you know. And the grindy is also a fun thing to play when you're like listening to stuff, which is fun too. So grindy it will be, but grindy it shall be, and it shall be okay. So I don't know. I'll play more of it. It's a pre-alpha, so like it may be completely different. I don't want to throw time into it, but I just kind of wanted to check it out. But it runs pretty neat, and I had a little bit of that old school RPG itch I kind of liked.
So my brain refusing to keep attention for longer than like 28 seconds. We talked about, we mentioned American Beauty for half a second, and my mind immediately went, hey, one of those actors did a voice in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
It was Mina Safari did
Okay.
Aerith in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children. But
You mean
I
Eris?
did... No, it's Aerith.
They couldn't get the plastic bag.
I honestly couldn't care.
Yeah, you had to collect it. You had to
couldn't
collect
care
a plastic bag in the
plastic
quest.
bag. In the first game, it feels like you have to when you have to catch those fish on the island at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
But I did actually play another game
Okay.
because the past 2 Saturdays.
Was it a
I've had to
Pokemon
bring-
game?
No,
Oh, okay.
maybe.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
I've had to bring my kids to their esports meets. They had a conference and a sectional esports meet.
Okay. What
'cause
what
Illinois is,
electronic sport?
A Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Okay.
Um,
So the worst
So-
esport.
yeah. But you know, my kids are both on a Smash Crew, which is a 5-on-5 game. 3 stocks. However many stocks you lose, that's how many you have to start with when you play against the next person.
Got it.
And you go through until you've beaten the entire crew or
Yeah.
whatnot. But school my kids go to, their crew team, not very good, so never make it very far. But then we usually dick around in the team room afterwards. And
You
this
shouldn't
week,
say that.
fair. We usually mess around. We usually mess around a game in the
Okay.
team room, and we hooked up the Switch, and we're playing a bunch of Smash Brothers Ultimate, and then I started playing with them as well, and then everyone wanted to battle me for some reason because I'm the adult, and I kicked a bunch of kids' ass.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
You're the fucking sensei in the dojo.
And I haven't been practicing.
Who'd you play as?
I play as Ness. I love
Thank
playing as
you.
Ness.
Please
Yeah.
do not play as fucking Fox or Falco.
PK Fair.
But Ness is also really lame because that's
Yes.
like the tournament choice.
Um,
Who's the what's the meta for that? Is that the Switch? That's the Switch
yeah.
Smash Brothers, right?
So yeah, the Switch Smash Brothers. There was issues where a lot of tournaments were banning Steve for a while because there were blocks that he could put down that would actually like break the game or make it where he was unkillable if you did it in a certain way. I think it's been patched out. I don't know. A lot of people playing Sora. There's some really good people who can play Piranha Plant from what I've been seeing. I can't play Piranha Plant. He's too techie. It's all across the spectrum. I'm seeing people play Ridley. I'm seeing people play Sonic. I'm seeing, I don't think they're, at least in the high school world of esports Smash Brothers, that there's really a particular main that is dominating more than anything else. It's really just the individual player and how well they can adapt and play the characters that they know.
Steve is at the top of the tier list, as well as Joker.
Yeah, I can't play
And-
Joker very well.
Not
didn't
not
know
the
Joker
Joker
was
that
in
you,
it.
not the Joker you're thinking of.
Persona
okay.
5.
Persona 5's
Joker.
main character, whose
Okay.
name is
Yes.
Joker, or whatever you named him when you created your character.
Joker is the code name
Yes.
in the alternate world in that game.
But I guess Sonic and Fox are up there, and then the
Yeah,
weird ladies
Fox is
from
from Xenoblade.
Xenoblade are up
Chronicles 2.
there.
Yeah, that's
Heihachi.
my one kid plays Pyramithra from Xenoblade,
Okay.
and no, not Heihachi. It's Kazuya.
Kazuya, thank you. I was
Yeah,
a Tekken guy.
Heihachi is a Mii fighter costume in that game. And then my other daughter plays Dark Pit. But
I always played as
What is Dark Pit?
in the so in
that's where you dick around.
that's where I dick around
In the Dark
team
Pit.
room, yeah, the Dark Pit. Kid Icarus was a game for the Nintendo way back when, and you play as an angel named Pit. Kid Icarus, it's not Icarus. And Dark Pit is his kind of like, I guess it's a clone or whatnot that's evil that shows up in the 3DS version of the game. Kid Icarus
All right,
Uprising.
then.
and that pit ends up being the avatar for the goddess of nature, where Pit is the avatar of the goddess of the heaven or something.
Ness is
Palutena.
Ness is B tier, so I can't
Yeah.
I can't drag on you then. I always would main Luigi because I liked his quick smash attack. Was
Yeah.
really fast to get out, so you could outreact people. I don't know if it's that way anymore, but that was the way it was in the GameCube version. And my other one I would always play is Jigglypuff because I like to troll people.
Yeah.
Because Jigglypuff,
Yeah.
does Jigglypuff still have the auto
Yes.
kill you if you're over
Yep.
30% damage or whatever, or
You-
50%?
You have it's a lot more precise for hitting
Ah.
that sweet spot, though.
It certainly
Um,
wasn't in the GameCube version. I remember
Oh, it
making people
wasn't.
very mad because if you know how to time that perfectly, you can fucking kill anyone once they get over 30% damage or whatever it is, as long as they're
Exactly.
close enough to an edge.
I have a lot of similar mains that I had before.
DK is
Like,
something
I
you
still-
control with too.
I still play Ness. I still play Zelda.
Mhm.
But I'm now playing Lucina, which is kind of a Marth-like character.
Mhm.
I play once in a while. I'll play Duck Hunt. I like playing Duck Hunt Dog
Hmm.
because that's a lot of fun. I like playing Mr. Game and Watch. And then I guess if I'm going to play any of the Links, I like playing Young Link.
And then the other thing that's actually really interesting about reading the tier list for Smash, which is the thing that probably makes it better than any of the previous versions of the game, is the S tier is the largest category.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of viable characters.
The game is so rock paper scissors. It's play with the character. Play with the character that you really know. Learn a couple of others that are the best counters against the things that are good against you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're fine. You really only need to learn a good 4 characters to play as,
Mm.
and just learn how they play against everyone else.
I thought you were going to say your kids were doing like League Esports, like Legends.
no,
League of Legends.
no, because right now the Illinois high school gaming whatever only has 4 games in their esports.
What are they?
It's Smash Brothers, which they do both singles and crew. They do Rocket League, Mario Kart, and FIFA. They used to do NBA, but mid-season last year, there's a particular esports company that got exclusive rights to all NBA 2K esports, and you have to actually pay license fees in order to
fuck
use them.
off.
So even like
This is
if you're in
high
high school, so you
school.
can't do it. It's
Come on.
bullshit. It's 100% bullshit.
So there's no like high school League of Legends esports?
There are just not through state of Illinois because
it.
when I was working at at the GameStop near Chicago,
And no
one
Counter
of the-
Strike.
one of the employee
That's what I would have done if I was in high school and I had esports.
One of the 19-year-old employees that I had working there would still connect with his like 18-year-old buddy still in high school. At his high school, they would like stream League of Legends, and that's with Chicago Public Schools.
Sure.
So locally, like in certain conferences, they're doing it, but not on a statewide
Got
level
it.
yet.
Got it.
Right now, on the statewide level, it's just the 5 categories, the 4 games.
But League is the baby game, so you should
League
play
is the
You should
baby
play
game.
Dota if you're a real player.
At this point, I'm surprised they just don't. If they want to go super baby, I'm surprised they don't go Pokemon Unite.
This is like
or-
something that if you want to look up
if-
MOBAs and the debate
or if
between
Heroes of the
League
Storm-
and Dota.
If Heroes of the Storm was still going, I wouldn't have been surprised if they did that.
Here's the Storm
Oh,
did
did they
do
shut that
college.
down?
They did do yeah,
Yeah.
they shut it down.
Huh.
They you can still play it, and you have access
But
to everything you bought, but they're not updating it anymore. Which
Yeah.
is a shame because I actually really like that as a MOBA. It
Yeah.
was actually a really good version of a MOBA because it didn't it was not a very it's not like Dota where it requires massive teamwork. It requires you playing the objective, but not like
Yep.
planning out. Because like Dota and League of Legends is all about planning out attacks as a team. So we're using
Yeah.
the chat. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
Heroes of what was it called?
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm was much more about like, yeah, you chat with other people, but as long as you're playing the objective of the map, you'll probably do good. Like,
Yeah.
defending the areas you're supposed to defend. So it was a little bit
Yeah.
easier to plug and play with strangers. I did love that there were troll builds in that too. I used to play Nova with the sniper shot. the invisible sniper shot, like one shot that you could do on people, which is probably very rage inducing. But
I mean, I don't see likely like a standard 1v1 2D fighter showing up in there, because the last one that's T rated is like Injustice 2.
Sure.
And other kids are like, well, why don't they do Brawlhalla? Because they already have Smash.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would they do Brawlhalla?
What could they do? Oh shit! What's that fight? They can't do Dragon Ball Fighter Z?
They might. I mean,
because I don't think that there's any
they
blood
could,
or anything in that.
I mean, it's T rated, so I don't see it being a problem.
Okay. Because Fighter Z was like huge in the community for a while.
Yeah. And then I mean, I'm just saying, Injustice 2 would be good because, it'd be a nice transition into Mortal Kombat 1 if they go into college, but actually I don't see colleges doing a lot of Mortal Kombat right now. I'd have to check, because it's been about a year since we did a college visit, and I know we kind of half looked at an esports section over at MSOE, but I don't remember what they were were playing at the time. Probably Rocket League or League of Legends.
It's impossible to Google anything too. I don't know if you used Google
here and there
recently?
I try to sometimes, but
so they added overviews, AI overviews when you answer a question, so it's another thing you have to scroll past, including all the shit they're trying to sell you, because it's useless. So I wrote 2D esports fighting games by popularity, and it just said, here's some popular 2D fighting games. Like, yeah, but I need to know the actual, like, list on fucking SteamDB charts. That's useless.
Yep.
What are they actually, I guess, what is it? What's the fighting game tournament? What's it called? Evo.
Evo.
2024. Here we go. Let's see, because whatever game's on the main stage is the one that is the main one.
Because they have a rotating 12 games, where a couple games come in, a couple games go out.
Mm-hmm. Learn more. Evo. Okay. Well, this is impossible. They're trying to sell me shit on this website. I just want to know what. Okay, lineup. Thank you. Tell me what games are on the main stage. No, Dragon Ball FighterZ is done. I guess that game was huge for a while in the fighting game community, but it seems like it's Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and Mortal Kombat 1 are the big ones, as well as Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, which is that's the whatever the anime fighter du jour right now.
What's the company that makes all of them? It's I got Studio Project Red in my head, but I know that's not it.
CD Project Red?
Yeah, but it's
Grand Blue Fantasy is made by Cygames, Platinum Games, Exceed.
Maybe I'm thinking Under Night. What the?
But Grand Blue Fantasy is also an RPG, and so I'm thinking of.
I'm trying to think of the people who made
Grand Blue Fantasy versus
Persona fighting.
Arc System Works. That's it.
Arc System Works. Yes.
Thank you. Got it. I knew it was.
They make all the anime fighting games.
Yeah, correct. They made Dragon Ball Fighter Z, so this is what
Arc System Works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is what supplanted that, basically, is the.
Yep.
So actually, that's a good way of putting it. The fighting game community isn't really a game-based thing; it's a developer-based thing, because you have your.
But isn't Under Night and Guilty Gear also both Arc System?
Sure, but those are like systems, whereas like Dragon Ball Fighter Z was not like a fighting game franchise. It was just Arc System Works was like, let's make a Dragon Ball Z game, you know, and so then now they've made the Grand Blue Fantasy, which was a very popular Japanese RPG and online phone game in Japan. They made the fighting game of that. And that is what's popular now, and it's very similar. But anyway, so the fighting game community is really weird too, because like you can't get in one game. Like you want to go Evo, they don't play Smash Brothers in the main stage of Evo.
They used to.
They used to, but they stopped.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers has its own big community anyway.
I think they stopped because Nintendo wouldn't get involved if they did Melee anymore.
I agree.
They're like, we're not doing Ultimate, so fuck you.
Yeah. We do Melee. Is that what the high school did? Sorry.
No, it's Ultimate.
Okay.
They do the most modern game,
of course,
which includes all the DLC. Same thing with Mario Kart. It's with all of the a million extra tracks with the course pass or whatever it is. So it's a 96. There's 96 tracks now
Yeah.
in Mario Kart.
All right. All right. Before we end, we gotta go on the John's College Chronicles.
Yes.
All right. So if we remember the previous time, it was late January 2005, talking about waiting for my books to arrive and doing rehearsals for Jesus Christ Superstar in Darlington.
Yes.
Going back. And so let's start with Thursday, 27 January 2005. My books are here. I am happy. I am going home to perform JCSS with my friends. I am happy. I am loving it. TM. I am happy. I'm getting all of the albums from my favorite band, The Pillows, which is the Japanese rock band that did the soundtrack to Fooly Cooly, the anime. I am happy. I have no more classes today. I am happy. People are always so nice to me. I am happy. The RA application is almost done. I am happy. We got back the plague. We got back the plague. Parentheses, Fiery Furnaces song. Fiery Furnaces is an indie art rock band. I am happy. So that is all. I'll write back with info about the JCSS dress rehearsal that is tonight, and hopefully all will run smooth. I met Tyler Durden, and I am enlightened. Movie quote. You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France? The most
Martin's
fucking
exploded face.
the most fucking basic ass fucking movie for college fucking
Yes, it
teen to
At least it's
to
not Scarface.
true.
I
Jiggins,
still haven't seen Scarface.
Jordan Higgins. I've never seen it.
That's
You don't need
fine.
to. It's all right. Jiggins, a Royale with cheese, and tell me how that RA thing goes! Exclamation point. Good luck, man. All right. So Untitled. Let me. Sorry, I have to mark red the ones that I've read. All right. Untitled, Saturday, January 29th, 2005.
I am unhappy.
Mary.gif.
What?
.gif?
MERRY.gif. Mary!
Oh.
Or is it Pippin? So hard to tell those two mischievous hobbits apart. I spelled two wrong and mischievous wrong. Two, I can't give myself a pass. And mischievous is kind of a weird word. Of the two, Mary claimed to be the smarter. Only claims to be, mind you. Mary is... I didn't misspell this. This is the text from the weird quiz that I took. I wrote it horribly misspelled. Mary, as his name suggests, is very jovial and a good friend of Frodo, Sam, and Pippin. Take the Which Hobbit Are You quiz. Let me click the live journal link. That definitely still works. Purged account. All right. Mistress of Night. I guess the link was to her page where she had a link to it. Anyway, I am the Hobbit. I am this Hobbit, as you can see. As you can also see, I'm not listening to any music because I am writing this post on my friend's gay Macintosh computer.
It was a different time.
Hey, to be fair, Adam's laptop probably was pretty gay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at the time, and maybe he didn't even know that at the time. But his laptop is broken. It will not play sound at all. I wish we had Adam on for this episode, because I wish I would have read ahead and waited for him to be here, because I want him to tell the story. Maybe maybe we'll talk about it, because I want to try and get him on. Maybe next time we record. I was going to do tonight, but I figured he may be too busy on the holiday, the high holiday.
Yeah.
The most holy of days.
It will not play sound at all. A headphone jack snapped off inside his computer. Ouch. Anywho, and this was pre-Bluetooth and everything, so. Anywho, I just got off the best day I had in quite a while. I just got the Gmail invite, baby, in 2005.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
So I got Gmail. The JCSS rehearsal went awesomely. I think our performance will go well. And I found out that I aced my first chem quiz, and I am loving it strong. Booyah for me. Well, T2YL. Got to go write some John comics. So we'll bring that up again if Adam's on, because I want him to explain that story. And then we'll do one more, and then we'll save the really cringy post for next week or next time, maybe next. No, not next week. Teacher's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we go. Untitled. Saturday, 29 January 2005. So same day. I mean, I'm posting multiple times in a day here, which is just like a thing that like is so weird to think about. But I mean, this is before Twitter and shit existed, really, and when Facebook was like brand new. So there were other competing things. You scored as drama nerd. What is your favorite? What is your high school stereotype? Created with quizfarm.com. So that's the whole post.
Yep.
I'm just looking here. Props to the caveman for flirting with a girl. Woohoo. So that's a tant for next time. That's a comment on my post.
That's
so
who man?
The caveman. That was a nickname I had in college.
Oh. That's a great nickname.
Yep. I can't even recognize the name of this person that I apparently was flirting with, so I do completely out of my mind.
Yeah, I don't remember half the people I went to college with and interacted with.
But I do remember most of the people that are commenting on my Zanga blog, but
yeah.
Anyway. Well, that's it, unless we got something else.
Like man, our circles should have overlapped a little bit, at least through concert band. We were in it at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't remember you.
But I was only in concert band my first year, I think.
Okay.
Before they started up the guitar program.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. But you
then
also
I got
started...
my ensemble requirement from the guitar ensemble, which was just me and one other person.
Was that Brendan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did concert band all 4 years for my fine arts grant requirement. Or
I think Brendan still plays guitar, right? Like locally?
I think so. I haven't seen anything recently, but I would assume he's like still with the Kissers or something.
What year did you start at Edgewood again, Matt?
The fall of 2005, I think.
Okay. Okay, so only would have been 1 year. Just my senior year then.
You're so old.
I am. I am very old. Because I turn a magic round number in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks from yesterday. So.
The answer to that question is yes. Still part of the Kissers. I'm seeing photos from their Instagram with the strumming along with
the band has been around for so long. Like even before he joined, they had kind of just a continuously evolving lineup.
Are they mostly playing like local joints up there? Or,
correct.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brendan's awesome though. I'm friends with him on Steam, and sometimes we talk about video games. Maybe I should have him on the podcast. Why not? I haven't talked to him in a while.
It's not like we're doing the listener to guest pipeline too much anymore.
Not
it
too
was just
often.
Me.
Problem is, we need to find some listeners first.
Ew. Self-burn.
I mean, I just care that I get to talk to you guys every now and then.
Yeah, I know.
This is the keep in touch.
It's the framework that I need for social interaction.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know how you get in touch with people anymore.
Pigeons?
I guess it would be Steam. Right?
Steam, Discord,
because
texting.
Oh man, dude, everyone on my fucking friends list is playing Fallout 4 or New Vegas.
Wait, is this actually because of a tweet
and
not just because of the show?
No, it's because of the show.
No, it's from the show.
It's the show.
Okay. I thought it was a bit, but I wasn't sure we were talking about that.
Now I gotta remember what Brendan's fucking Steam username is.
I just hate that everyone changes that all the time, and sometimes I don't look up the
I
history.
keep.
Like,
That's
who the
why I've
fuck
kept
is
mine the
this?
same forever. No, he's the
Yeah.
same. And just would he remember you, Matt?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't remember me. It's I don't know Brendan at all.
Would he have embarrassing stories?
Oh,
Right.
probably.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I guess it depends on whether his memory is any better than mine,
Hmm.
which I think we both had pretty shitty memories.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, that's it for the episode. So.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Start recording. Episode 506. Playing tricks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait till Matt's done with his
I'm
flossing.
glad I didn't think of this until you guys could watch me on video.
It's okay.
Yeah, of course.
And also, we're recording now, too, so we'll just use this audio for something else.
Do you want ASMR?
I think this is the opposite of whatever ASMR is.
It depends on the person, though.
That's true. Someone's jacking off to this. Although
Oh,
I don't
no.
think this is going to
I
be
don't
part
think
of the.
that's what ASMR is.
That's not the point of ASMR.
I think it
mean,
is. I think
what
I think
people
we all
do
know
with
it
it.
is. All right.
I mean,
The
it is
A
the internet,
stands for ass.
and so does the S.
Yeah.
Are we ready though?
R stands for
Pirates.
R. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
ASMR. That's a pirate YouTube channel. ASMR. All right, we're done. End the podcast. All right, I'm ready to start.